Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new video with your boy TreezErik. Today I'll be talking about my IC or unofficial World Cup performance hosted by Icy3P. I think it went decent, so I'm gonna explain the format along the way, and then I'm also gonna talk about how the games went and show you some of the rounds that I think are interesting. So, first of all, anyone could sign up, right? As long as you're from Europe, and then we'd play 1v1s um, until you get 2 wins in a row, or until you get 2 wins. So I beat my first two opponents, Grisbard, and Krilka, meaning that I qualified for the tournament. So 16 players qualified out of like, I don't know, 24, something like that. Not that many people signed up. And then we were placed into groups just like in the World Cup. And as you can see, I'm kind of leaking how it went. So in each matchup, in each 1v1, we'd first play moving, then no moving, and then nmpz. My first opponent was Little Fox. Yeah. So basically, the people who did the best, the two best people from each group qualified to day 2, where we would have 8 players. So just like the World Cup. So let's take a look at the first moving game. Oh my god, I leaked some stuff here. Okay, let's take a look at the first moving game against Fox. So we had 1 minute to figure out where we are, and then we get this round. I was like, what the hell is this? But this vegetation here is very Basque, very northern Spain. And then I also found a guardrail with an orange reflector. So I just sent Spain, hoping that he wouldn't find it. And as you can see, that was a nice 2000 damage to start off with. Second one, we had a Trident Chronotica pull. Pretty standard. You can show it, I guess. I'm guessing. Or maybe we had language. I don't know, man. There we have a Trident pull. And then we also, which is only found in Chronotica. And then we have this language with the horns. Very Chronotica as well. Third round. The third round was really funny. Okay, so obviously we're in Salaga, right? But I find this sign, and it says Salaga, Northern Region, and I instantly think, oh, okay, so we have to be in the north part of Ghana, which is a province, right? So I only scanned that province, but then upon hindsight, I realized that Salaga, it's just the northern part of Salaga, it's not the northern part of Ghana. So obviously, my poor scanning there kind of costed me the game. No, I'm kidding. I only lost 500 points. Then we continue, standard Manitoba, we plunk Poland, don't really know what's happening. Mombasa, pretty easy. Here, this was kind of weird, to be honest. Not really much info. Then on this one, I got the 5k, and with the 5k, I got the win. We obviously had French, so we knew it was going to be Quebec quite fast, quite quickly. And then I moved to the east. I moved to the east until I found... Okay, I'm not really finding the sign, but anyway, I find the sign, and it said, quote unquote, Maria, and then New Richmond, 8 and 12 kilometers respectively. 8 and 12 kilometers respectively. So then first I scan here, but I did something I called hyper scanning, which is when you go like this, just hoping it's going to be a big PY, because I didn't have that much time. And then I thought this made a lot of sense. I've gotten some hilly rounds here before. So then I was about here, and then I remembered the spawn. And then we get the 5k, and then we get the win, round 1. But the second one here, standard Belgium, I can show it though. This was no moving, so we get a 360 panorama. Can't move around or anything. But here we obviously have like Dutch, and then we don't have yellow license plates. We can't beat the Netherlands. Pretty standard. Here, okay, so from the last game, I was kind of cocky. I was like, oh, I'm the best player in the world. I just took down the greatest moving player in the tournament. Well, I would say so. Fox is really good at pinpointing and all that. So I was very surprised when I took him down. So I was kind of in my own head, like thinking about like telling everyone I know, yeah, I beat that guy. I crushed him. And I didn't really think about this round. All I saw was bad road quality. But this is not bad road quality. This is grainy. This is Turkish pavement, Turkish road lines, Turkish fake car. Everything is so Turkish. My brain was like turned off, and I think we might have had a Turkish bollard. So when I clicked the wrong country, Bulgaria, like a noob, I get tilted. Even though this is standard Nairobi with the snorkel or whatever. Or no, I think we had a white car actually. Yeah. We had a white, the new Kenya car, I think. Yeah, this one. But the architecture is so Kenyan. I got kind of tilted, and it was hard for me to like focus. And here he gets a really nice no move. Like there's zero info here. He straight up just found the lake in less than a minute. That's insane behavior. So I was obviously a bit shook, and here I made a really bad switch. I had it near Moscow, I'm pretty sure. But then I think I saw the antenna or something. No, wait, I trolled. Wait, holy shit. B-type would be in this region anyway, like very commonly. It wouldn't be in Sverdlovsk. No, not Sverdlovsk. St. Petersburg. So I kind of trolled. Yeah. And I kept spiraling and spiraling, clicking max south on max north. So the meta for that is like it's super hilly, either in max north or south. But usually in the south you have rocks, but you don't have any rocks here. So I kind of just like threw the game, kind of trolled. And as you can see, my health is going down 1,000. How am I going to get back? How am I going to lock in? Well, I was kind of out of it. On this location, I was thinking about when Debray sent UAE on Chile or something. And then Peru didn't even cross my mind, or it did, but like not much. And to me, it's so Peruvian. Like this is so Peru. The type of hills we have, like it's so Peruvian. And Talara makes a lot of sense. I'm pretty sure it's Talara, right? Yeah. So it ended up being 1-1. And now we have the NMPs. Now we have the NMPZ game to decide what happens. So this one really annoyed me. Okay, this is like what I'm seeing, right? Summer covered striped car, perpendicular insulator is this one when it faces the road. That's I believe Quebec, Prince Edward Island, and Nova Scotia. I thought that the entire time, but I got like nervous and I was like, no, these rocks are wrong, man. These trees are wrong. And I didn't trust myself. So I don't even go Nova Scotia. Newfie doesn't even have that thing, right? And okay, on the next round, I was kind of like, okay, Eric, you gotta lock in here. So here, the bollard just felt very, and the NPC, keep that in mind, right? So I have to look in, zoom in with my mind, right? It looked a lot like Montana here, but it looked really dry. And we had some mountains, but not that many. So it couldn't have been west, because then you would see a lot of mountains. And it couldn't have been east, because then you would get generation 1 or 2. So then I just click center south, and it ends up being right, which is great. Here, I was scanning for the 5K the entire time. I could see the bridge, right? So I was just scanning for the bridge. All of these rocks and these palms and stuff. And you can also see the snorkel, right? Snorkel, Kenya, and then rocks and palms would be down here. And I was about to scan this bridge. I would have gotten the 5K, but I think he like mentally trolled. He was, I don't know, a bit nervous or something. On this one. Moving on, we have the Russia location. This is the location, right? So my first spot here is Karelia, which is max west. And it's actually, as you can see here, Karelia. But I got a little nervous. No, I'm kidding. I basically just trolled. The season is wrong. Everything is wrong. But I was like, oh, we don't have Karelia rocks. What the hell is happening? We don't have Karelia rocks, so it's not Karelia. But you don't need Karelia rocks for it to be Karelia. So I don't know what I'm doing. Completely trolled that. That was super free. And now I'm down to 1000 HP. And then he just has a really nice Norway gus. But I could have gotten this with a bollard, to be honest. Because I'm pretty sure black bollards are either west coast, like the coast or the state of Westland, or Trondheim. But I think with the two white parts, that might just be Westland within Norway, but I'm not sure. So he takes the first match. But if I beat my next two opponents, then I would go on to qualify for the main tournament. And Slatey decides to just drop out. So the only person I have to beat to qualify for the World Cup in August, the unofficial one, would be having to beat Ivo. So let's take a look at the game versus Ivo here. Okay, I found the game versus Ivo. Let's take a look at it. Let's see what happened. See what can we learn from it. Like on first round, we're playing moving, right? We can move around, find info. I'm moving around. With these trees and what else was it? Yeah, these metal roofs and some thatch roofs and things like that. That reminds me a lot of the Bihar, West Bengal region. but I found language. I didn't, if you can see here, we have a little triangle on the bottom of the language. I did not find that, so I ruled out West Bengal and instead went Bihar, and it ended up being correct. Here is Hungary. Here, this Curacao car. Oh, this one was a good one. I got a 5K here pretty quickly. So I found a sign that said Free State, I'm pretty sure. Free State is like one of the provinces in South Africa. I'm not finding it now. I swear it said Free State. I'm not trolling, guys. Maybe it says it here. No, I don't know. It said Free State. And then I also saw Salzburg. And in the beginning, I was scanning like this part of Free State. He clicked Free State, right? But it looked a lot like Johannesburg or Pretoria. So I start scanning north and I'm like, wait, Salzburg is right there. And then I just find the road angle and street and something intersecting south. And then we get to 5K. And then here, just Ireland. Very good guess from him. Here he finds Kalnick. I'm starting to get a little panicky. Slowly, like, getting nervous. Standard round. Here he takes a lot of health from me. We had like a red road, right? Which is very common in Dalarna. I move around and I find info and I use the entire time scanning for the info and I never find it. Just like really annoying. Like we have all of these cities and I couldn't really make use of them. And then it ends up being super close. And now I'm kind of in a losing position. I need to 5K to win. And what do I do? I perform. Let's just say that. So moving right, so I move around, find that it says Batubara, which is a province, or not a province, it's a kabupaten. It's like basically a municipality in northern Sumatra. And then Tanjung Balai is a city. So I kind of recognized Batubara. For a second though, I almost went Kalimantan because I confused it with Kotabara or something, Kotabaru or something. But then, yeah, I find Tanjung Balai and I'm like, oh, okay, good. Nearly trolled that one. And then we get a win on the moving. Now it's over to the no moving versus Ivo. I need to beat him this match and then I've qualified. I wasn't really thinking about that though. But yeah, standard rounds here. We have a nice Brazil. Like it's super dry. We have circular concrete pole. Circular concrete poles in Brazil are very common in Sao Paulo. And then we have like these tiled roofs, very Brazilian. Yeah. So just click, I don't know. The coverage looked more Western, so I clicked Max West. Here, this tilted me extremely hard. I nearly lost my mind. Architecture here, very Hungarian, with these rows of houses that look like terracotta houses with like, they're like Minecraft houses. They're so standard, right? You see how they're just copy paste? Very, very Hungarian. But I was kind of fixated on this lamp, which to me looked Polish. And I didn't really pay attention to the concrete pole either, which would end like right here and then be full concrete rather than having holes all the way down if this was in Poland. But my mind was just blank. I don't know why. And I trolled and now I started getting nervous. Standard. This one was a crazy South Australia. So South Australia is very known for having white car. But here we have a black car location, I believe, if you're driving on the left-hand side. But it's very dry, so that reminded me a lot of South Australia or Victoria. Is that actually a property marker? No, it's not. So I just kind of trust that, and then I go here. I kind of just ruled out South Australia with a car. Then it ends up being there. I really should have lost there, but he didn't go there, luckily. Okay, here I insta-send due to Montenegrin guardrail. So Montenegro has like these very rusted guardrails, but it also looks a lot like Croatia, just that Croatia wouldn't really have these guardrails that much. They could, but more rare. And these kind of rocks and stuff is very Montenegro, Croatia, but the type of road that we have is much more Montenegro. Also, it's not like a, I mean, it's kind of like a Croatian road quality, but not quite. Bro, I have a hair on my face. Because Croatia often has like these pale roads, but this wasn't really that pale. And then the next round, the standard NMK. NMK does not really have an antenna, and it's also has these circular bollards. If we move over here, I could not obviously move over, but these are North Macedonian bollards. Very good to know. And now I just knew the park, bro. I just knew the park. Remember, I can't move around here. But I see these trees. And then I see these kind of mountains here. Very rocky, right? And it's obviously a national park with signs like these. And then obviously, like, this road quality should just be France. Maybe we see a blue sticker or something which should help you guys out. But I can recognize a French sign from the back. And I knew that was French. So I click in the park that I thought it was. One of these. And then we get the really close guess and knock him out and qualify to the World Cup. Very happy about that, personally. I was kind of expecting it, to be honest, which is good. Yeah. Okay, so then we finish second in our group, right? Not bad. Not bad at all. And now let's move on to the final stage. But I won't spoil anything for you guys. Or I kind of will. I'll just, maybe I'll crop this so you guys can't see everything. But I was on the opposite side of the bracket of the two players that I thought were best in this tournament. I thought Little Fox and Geo were the ones to watch out for. Well, they both ended up losing their first match. Meaning that if I just beat my opponents, I could beat the whole tourney. I could win the whole Europe regionals. Right? Okay, so let's start off with the moving game versus TreezErik. Similar name to me, actually. Kind of crazy. Yeah, so it's obviously a Qatar with this car, right? Antenna on the left side, blurred car, Arabic, some English, but chevrons. Like in, for example, Dubai, you would not have this antenna on the left side. You would either have a tier or no antenna, or like, yeah, no like big car. There are a few different cars in UAE. And then with the road angle and how dead it was, I just laid it up like this, looking north, right, on the compass. Then I knew it was going to be down here, and then we got 8 kilometers away. Didn't really move for any info there. Here, we just found a sign that said Ayacucho, and on this one almost made me mad. This is the wrong generation, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, we had the 2022 coverage with the rear back. Oh, wait, I'm actually not mad anymore. Oh my, wait, I'm not mad anymore, guys. Because I thought this was the car that's like found south. Just ignore that. I realize this kind of looks tropical now. And I should have clicked Phuket because of that. But these flowers and these ferns, very tropical, very Phuket. But I don't know, I didn't see that. And just click middle. Sri Lanka, standard. Here we just find a city, signs saying Temerloh and Maran. So I knew we had to be in between there in Malaysia. And then I just lined up the road angle. Here, Poland. I find a good sign saying to Warsaw, that we're going to Warsaw, going towards the city and stuff. But I couldn't really find it in time, and he ends up being a little closer. Got kind of nervous there, even though, but I have a lot of health, so I was fine. On this one, I completely trolled mentally. Like, I found a lot of good signs, I think. Yeah, up here, by this bridge, there were a lot of really good signs. But I kind of trolled. It said Syrian border, and then it said Irbid and Ramata. So I'm like, okay, we're almost by Ermid. But the thing is, there's no coverage up here. It ends in Jerash. So I should have been scouting south of Jerash on the 35, like it's kind of said. But that didn't really cross my mind, so he got a nice 5k there. Good job. Makes sense. Probably had a bridge north or something. Yeah, we do. Right there. You can see it overlaps, right? And then here, I just reading as Thailand. I was trying to find a sign that I could read because I actually can retype quite well. But region guessing wise here, we have like this red soil and a lot of these like gum trees, or I forgot what they're called, something like that. And with the car colors that we had, it shouldn't really be northeast. So I click southeast and it ends up being correct. And then we finish it off with me finding a sign, I think. I don't know where the sign is, but yeah, I find it. And it said, I believe, Simpang, so I click Simpang. Quite close. If you don't know how to get Malaysia here. Do I have a Malaysia meta? Oh my god, I don't even see any. Okay. Palm trees, driving left. These circular concrete poles, very Malaysian. Usually you would have some black stickers on them, but this place doesn't really have any. Interesting. Anyway. So we get a win versus TreezErik in round 1, but it's going to continue. I have to beat them 2-0, right? It's best of 3 until you get to the semis, and this was our quarterfinals game. Here we just have Texas road quality, very grainy, right? I was a bit confused because these are like wide lines, like a big gap between them. And I was like, can you even get that in Texas? But I guess you can. And then these hills made that we should be in like western part of Texas. So I click west. Keep in mind this is no moving. I only get a 360 panorama. And we get quite close there, but not that close. This one, he just cooks. France. Here, oh my god, I switched off the 5K here. So I believe that I recognize the trees a lot for being in this park, but then it ended up being this park. But I thought I found this. I thought I saw something that said Lampang. I think I thought yeah, I thought this said Lampang somewhere. I forgot exactly where, but I guess not. So that kind of was my downfall there. Here it was a really cool Finland. A lot of people in the chat apparently said this was Finland and not Åland Islands. Åland Islands is known for their red road, but I guess this is more brownish. And yeah, Gen 2 is very common in Finland. Here I just got the vibe for like southwest. This like dry season coverage, very southwest to me. And I guess it makes sense that it's Gen 2 rather than Gwangju where I clicked, because we have very flat, but then mountains east, right? Nice. And then I got a nice 5K here, no moving, really quickly. I'm really proud of this one. So I just see the city to our east, a huge city, but that means we have to be the west of the city. And it's obviously Israel with the yellow plates, Hebrew, all of that, right? And these curbs, these colored curbs, very common there, but not exclusive. So I was like, how the heck do we have city east? So I'm like, okay, it can't be Tel Aviv because you can't be in the city center here. So we have to be somewhere where it's kind of dead. And oh, this looks kind of dead. And then we have a huge city east maybe. So then I just look for an intersection, like this shape, and then I find it, and then we get to 5K, no moving. That's not very nice. Here I have the best route in my entire life. I was about to go like this road, but then I realized the soil is kind of like Newquen-ish. It's like slightly red tinge. And these mountains also have the red tinge to them, which in Generation 3 I associate a lot with Newquen, and it ended up being correct. Couldn't be a bit aligned of the road angle here to have gotten the 5K, but it's okay. Here, the standard Macau round. Here, Yogyakarta. Here, I'm just hedging because there's a 10 game round limit, and I knew that he can't really beat me here because he's down 3,000 health. So if I just hedge for the entirety of Java, then I'll be fine. We actually had central Java pavement, or Yogyakarta, which is when you have two slabs of like concrete on the outside with nothing in the middle. And then we also have the tile roofs, very Java. So yeah, I could have gotten closer there, but didn't really care. And here, standard Lesotho, and we win 2-0 versus TreezErik and enter the semifinals, which will be a best of 5. Let's get into the moving game, the first moving game. Yeah, just standard. Here, I saw a sign saying Desaguardo, and I saw a sign saying Puno. So I clicked Puno, but maybe it's Puno province, I'm guessing. Yeah, Puno province. Should have realized Desaguardo was a big city. Should have scanned for that, didn't. Here, it said Barao, which is a Kabupaten for northern East Kalimantan, but I had like brain fart and I forgot where that was, and basically just stood there doubting myself the entire time instead of scanning for Tanjung Derab, because I knew it was Kalimantan. I remembered Barao was in Kalimantan, but I just forgot where. So I should have scanned for the city because I also saw a sign for the city with like 45 seconds ago. So big troll by me. Here we just see a pole plate, I believe, which is found in northern Japan, but not Max nor Hokkaido. Wait, it's not that one. Right, remember we're moving so we can find more info. Yeah, this one. This one, it has this shape. It's not it's a little horizontal, a little stretch horizontally, but not a lot. But it still has a lot of like vertical going on. So we knew it had to be there. Here it's just standard Jordan, Japan again. And I don't know what happened on this one. I don't even remember this round. Yeah, like I said, I associate these trees a lot with Bihar, but here it's more dense. And more dense usually means more west, but still along the northern part of India, right? And we didn't really have any Eastern architecture. We didn't have any houses with the metal roofs that are like one-story houses. Instead, we have houses like these. So this should have led me to go more west. But I troll, and we lose the first game. I have to lock in here, or else I can lose the entire run in my tourney. Except in the European part, obviously. So here we obviously have Sri Lankan car. It's like a French flag with these palms and this soil. I associate this a lot with the East Coast. So we click East Coast, and it's correct. Here I insta-sent New Zealand. I know it's supposed to be my country. We have North Island fences, spammed wooden fences. This green netting, as long as these hedges, remind me a lot of Taranka, which is where I clicked. But to be fair, these hedges aren't that tall, so it's weird. But I also saw some water there, and I didn't really put 2 and 2 together. I kind of just insta-sent because, I don't know, my brain was just telling me to. And I ended up being a little bit closer, but not that much closer. Here, this is the freeze Bulgaria of all time. I don't know why, but sometimes in tourneys, I tunnel vision completely. Or not only in tourneys, but in general, actually. I think I saw, like, yeah, I thought this was a holy pole. What the hell is that? And Bulgaria doesn't have holy poles. And with this coverage, it should be Czechia, Bulgaria, or Hungary. Right, I clicked Hungary. But this road quality is way more Bulgarian. Also this, right? You see how the houses aren't like together in like a nice order. It's just kind of like random houses everywhere. That's much more Bulgarian. And also the other poles aren't really holy poles. I don't know why that pole is there though. And also there we have alternating insulators, which is very common in Latvia. It's common in Bulgaria. And in Bulgaria, you would have concrete poles rather than wooden poles like in Latvia. Here, the standard. Or this one was actually really crazy. I insist on this one. We had Trekker. You can see the weird car blur. And with this landscape and Trekker, these trees and stuff like that, the dryness, I associate that a lot with Israel. But I kind of didn't remember that it's can be found South Israel, so just instant back north. Here, I was so close to greatness. So we have mountains southeast, and then we also have these palm plantations. Palm plantations are very common on Sumatra. But to me, there's something about the pole that just looked wrong. There's something about the mountains being here, plus us having like, yeah, coconut palms or whatever, in the mix with this mountain southeast. Like, that doesn't make any sense because the pole is wrong for West Sumatra. West Sumatra has like a symmetrical pole, and then it can't be North Sumatra because that would have a different symmetrical pole as well. And then these you don't really get mountains like southeast plus palms because it's found along the coast here. So I was about to send Sula, but I don't know, I got scared and I just don't. And then I'm like, Eric, you gotta focus up here. So then we get this UK lock, no moving, obviously. I can see the sapped man, meaning it should be the UK rather than Ireland. And it can't be Northern Ireland either, because then the sticker would wrap around the pole. And then we have yellow plates confirming that it's Ireland, no, confirming that it's UK. Plus these double white lines when you meet, like on the road, that's UK versus, that's more UK than Ireland. But then I see, what did I see? Yeah, this like white architecture, but it looks kind of like hot. The vegetation felt warm, like that tree felt warm. These yellow flowers, like sure, you can see them more north, but it just felt so warm to me. So I go down here, which is, because you find that architecture along the west and in Ireland. So I click down here and it's correct, 3,000 damage on the UK, huge. And then we get this Valencia location, very cool. These trees, plus the rocks, yeah, we have rocks, right? Yeah, random rocks, and these trees, plus windmills, that's just gonna put you in Valencia. So we tie it up 1-1. Very good. And it's a best of 5, remember? So the next 1 to 2 wins versus each other wins the match and then goes on to the finals. Yeah, standard. Here you probably found a sign saying that Barcaldine or something, I don't know. Here he found signs again, and I just didn't. This is moving, by the way. Here I thought I saw the city name, Radomir, but it was not Provadia, but Radomir. It's hard to see. Here we're on 3 times multis, and I switch, man. I didn't really find anything, except I found architecture, of course. These wooden houses, I saw these with 3 seconds left. I switch from like northeast of Moscow to here, to St. Petersburg, because of the wooden houses. But I should have just combined my northeast with the wooden houses, which should have put me more north. So I could actually have won the game here. But instead, we go on and we get a 5k, right? We had the pole plate that I talked about last time, which stretches down to Niigata and then Miyagi and stuff like that. But then I found sightseeing in Niigata, get the 5k. Here, it said Slovakia, okay? That's my defense. Here, I get a nice 5k again. Where even is this? Oh yeah, I believe it said 4 to 8, Brazil 4 to 8, and then I just line up the road angle. And here I just insta-send, hoping that I catch him off guard, because as you can see, I'm 800 points behind. So I just insta-send, but I insta-send the wrong country, like a weirdo. So what I really should have done there in this game is probably just, because I couldn't have won on this Greece location anyway, so I'm not mad about sending wrong country. I should have just focused or like fought a little more clearly on the Russia and have sent northeast of Moscow like I was originally planning to, and not make a last second switch for no reason. Meaning I have to win this game if I want to stay in this part of the tourney. But I'm obviously already qualified to the World Cup, unofficial one. Okay, this is no moving again. Just chilling. Here, I like insta zoom into this. With the way, yeah, this is obviously Chilean, right? These road lines, really thick. Then we have a green sign there, like very Spanish feeling. Landscape, Chile flag, Chile. But the way the mountain like goes inward here, and then we have ocean west. I knew it was gonna be Papaso, so yeah, insta send basically. And 4 kilometers away, he sends the wrong place. Here, Israel. Here, he gets 2,000 damage on Italy. My guess makes no sense, to be honest. Like, I thought the mountains looked wrong for north. I thought the architecture looked wrong for north. But for some reason, I didn't think it looked like max south, but I forgot that the middle of the country exists. And if I just click middle, I would have been fine. But instead, I decided to lose 2,000 damage on Italy. Almost 3,000. Jesus. Here, send wrong country. And here we get a Russia. Russia scared the hell out of me. Like, I didn't know what to do here. I don't know what to look for. It's just random overcast coverage downtown in the city. I was like, what's happening? I just click somewhere hoping maybe it could be right. It looks kind of hilly. It's not right. And then we finish it off. And I almost sent Twin in here. Almost saving the game. Because this is obviously Peru to pros. Does that say Huinen? That's Huinen. It literally says JU for Huinen. That's funny. Okay. We don't have any like volcanic rocks, or we have some rocks obviously, but we do not have any black rocks, and we don't have any dark green moss, which is what you usually see south. Instead, we just have highlands architecture, like these metal roofs and stuff, and then more of them here, and then yeah, it's like very dead vegetation, which I should have just gone Huinen. But no, I troll, and this ended up being the bracket for the tournament. I think I played like fine. I'm not really happy with my play, but I think I can do well in August. So I hope you guys wish me luck, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Maybe you learned something. Peace out, guys.